Welcome to day 5 of Worthwhile Watches San Martin Mania! If you missed the first 4 days, be sure to check those out, and subscribe if you like this content. This is a 10-part, 1 video per day series where I give you a 4K close-up view of my entire San Martin collection, along with my opinions, good and bad, about each one. So, if you're a San Martin fan, or you want to learn more about San Martin watches,
all your dreams are gonna come true!
Today, for day 5, we'll be looking at the San Martin SN0007, which is a 62 mass style watch. I have the sunburst gray dial model, but they also currently offer blue and green dial versions, on a rubber strap or a bracelet. I know it's starting to sound like a broken record, but guess what, kids?
I said, guess what, kids?
This watch is very well built, with excellent fit and finish. Although this particular watch does have one very slight flaw. Maybe you've already seen it, but we'll talk about that later. As usual, this watch is a great value considering what you're getting. I'll post a link to San Martin's website if you're interested. And again, this series is not sponsored and these are not affiliate links. You can usually find better prices on AliExpress. Just search for San Martin SN0007. I originally bought this watch to do a comparison review featuring this San Martin against the Seiko SPB143, but I just never got around to making that video. As for the specs, this is a 200-meter dive watch with a Seiko NH35 movement. The sunburst effect on the dial is very strong, and there's a framed date window at 3 o'clock. This watch has a good mix of toolish yet refined qualities. It's all brushed on the top surfaces, but polished on the side of the case and bracelet. The glossy ceramic bezel insert and highly polished hands and indices offer plenty of pop. The bezel action is consistent and smooth with good resistance, but the clicks are very loud compared to most of my other San Martin divers. That one small flaw that I mentioned earlier is the bezel alignment. It's just a tiny bit off to the left, but not enough to cause any issues for me. The case measures 39 millimeters, with the bezel extending a little bit over the case, measuring just under 40 millimeters. Lug to lug is 47.5 millimeters, but those somewhat awkward-looking end links don't drop straight down, so that overall lug to lug pushes out to somewhere around 50 millimeters. I measure the thickness at 13.2 millimeters, and the weight sized for me is just over 157 grams. It's a somewhat chunky diver, similar in size to the Seiko SPB143, but the downward curved lugs help this watch wear pretty thin, and the weight is distributed quite well. So why isn't this watch higher on my list? There are a couple small details that make me second guess picking this one out for the day. One is the bracelet taper. Most of my San Martins have tapered bracelets that support the watch but aren't overly bulky, tapering from 20 to 16 millimeters at the clasp. This SN0007 tapers to 18 millimeters with a clasp width of 20 millimeters. Another issue is the clasp itself is not a toolless micro-adjust clasp, but a 4-hole adjustable clasp. None of this is a deal breaker, but most days I want something convenient and unobtrusive, and I know this bracelet might get in the way more when typing or doing household chores. This mesh bracelet of the SN0118 from day 2 also tapers to 18 millimeters with a 20 millimeter clasp, but the bracelet wears thinner and the clasp is not as long, and it has tool-free micro adjustment. This SN0007 just doesn't wear as comfortably. The other small nitpick is the lume color. The pale greenish yellow lume just has a sort of sickly mucus color to it that's just a bit unappealing, especially compared to the nearly white lume of the Seiko SPB143. This is especially noticeable considering the size of those lume plots, particularly at 12, 6, and 9 o'clock. Although I don't really like the color, I do appreciate the light show it produces when the lights turn off. The only other small complaint is the end link area. Something about the angles and curves look a little awkward and unfinished to me. To be fair, the Seiko design is also weird in this area, and neither one is ideal. So, Even though this watch is great in a number of ways, with so many nice options to choose from each day, San Martin and otherwise, this one rarely gets the nod. So that's it for day 5 of San Martin Mania. We're halfway through the series, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow for day 6. Tomorrow we'll be starting to get into the favorites that do get regular wrist time. So if you're not subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider joining our little watch community. What do you think of this San Martin? Do you like the lume color? And if anyone wants to take a guess which San Martin will be featured tomorrow, leave it in the comments. When the series is over, I'll shout out anyone who actually gets any of them right, as long as you post before the next video releases. I'll see you tomorrow for day 6. Until then...
Goodbye! Goodbye, boys and girls!